Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. It is Palestine here. I'm not at home. I'm somewhere else, and so I don't have my tripod with me. But my selfie stick tripod didn't really work out exactly the way I would like it to work out. But I do have like my phone resting against the wall, and because it's resting against the wall, then I can make a video and not hold the phone in my hand. Basically, what I'm going to talk about in this video is my parents' marriage, and from what I gather, the marriage wasn't a bed of roses. So my mother got married in 1958 or 59, I'm not sure exactly, to my dad. And basically they had to get married because she was pregnant. And so at that time, being pregnant and not married was not anything to be proud of. And as I said in an earlier video, when my mother told her mother that she was pregnant, she said that she had shamed the family. And so times are different now. You can have a baby and not be married. But back then, it wasn't acceptable. And so my mom had to get married, and then she was given a house as a wedding present. So my mother's parents gave her so much more than what my parents gave me. I got an inheritance off my dad, but I didn't get to keep it. I had to give it to someone, and I will be making a video on that. And then my mom gave me nothing. And so basically the marriage that my mom and my dad had, it wasn't necessarily a love marriage. They sort of had to get married. And so according to my mother, the marriage was violent, or my dad was violent towards my mother. And she said that he broke her nose, and she said that he told her a lot of other things that I can't say in this video because I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. And in addition to that, she said that he cheated on her. And one incident in particular was he took her, what she thought was her best friend, home, and was intimate with this friend in my mother's home. And I don't know how my mother did it. I wouldn't be able to do it. But my mother said that she stayed up all night long while he was intimate with what she thought was her best friend. And she waited till the morning, and then she woke them up and told them to leave. And apparently my dad left, or he came back that night and said that he loved her. And my mother just said that she didn't care, that she was going to go to beauty school. And when she finished beauty school, that she was going to divorce my dad. And that is exactly what she did. She went to beauty school. And when she went to beauty school, she divorced my dad. And when she was in beauty school, my grandmother, my father's mother, was looking after me, my brother, and my sister. And so we were living in the country. And I'll be making some more videos about living in the country with my grandmother, and it was the country. Yeah. And so my mom divorced my dad, and then that was that, you know. But my mom said that my dad was the love of her life. Well, if that was true, if that was the case, why did she divorce him? So, because I know of a situation with someone who I'm on friends with on Facebook, and she is the mother of my sister's grandson, and her husband cheated on her. And I said, on Facebook. I said, is there no way you can work this out? And she said, no, we can't work it out. Well, she's gone back to Oklahoma, and apparently the husband's gone with her to Oklahoma. So apparently they did work it out. I think when he realized that she was taking his children back to Oklahoma, I think he thought he better do something. So I know he's with her in Oklahoma. I don't know if they're back together again, or if he just took her to Oklahoma to help her get back to Oklahoma. I'm not sure exactly. But a marriage can survive infidelity if you want it to. But I suspect there was a lot more to it than that. I think that my dad may have been going out at night and leaving my mom at home. And I know my mom didn't like that. And I said something like, one time my grandfather said, oh, you're going to be, to me, you're going to be just like your mother, hanging around in the middle of your going out at night, just like your mother. And when I said something to my mother to that effect, she's just said, well, I was in the prime of my life. So that was my mother's excuse for going out, was that she was in the prime of her life. So I think that my mother went out at night and my father went out at night, and that was especially true when we were living in the country with our grandparents, because my mother didn't have to look after the children. She was going to beauty school. So when she wasn't in beauty school, she also worked as well. From what I understand, when she was in beauty school, she went to beauty school, and she had to go to beauty school on a Saturday morning, because this was in the early 60s. It's not like it is now. She would go to beauty school in the early Saturday morning, and then when she got finished with school, she'd have to go to some truck stop, and she'd work as a waitress at this truck stop all day Saturday and then all day Sunday. And then when she finished at the truck stop, whatever money she was given for working at this truck stop, she had to give it to my grandmother for looking after me, my brother, and my sister. So my grandmother wasn't looking after us out of the goodness of her heart. It was a financial arrangement. And my mother said that when she was in beauty school, she wouldn't get lunch. And I actually felt sorry for her, because she had to go to beauty school and go work all day long with no lunch. I mean, I couldn't do that today. Maybe I could have done it when I was younger, but I couldn't do that today because I'm diabetic and I have to eat every so many hours. And so I did feel sorry for my mom when she told me what she had to do. You know, go to beauty school Monday to Saturday, not get any lunch, and then go work at a truck stop on Saturday and Sunday. So I don't think she was going out that much, because she was busy working in beauty school to do that. But that's just another example of the marriage that my mother and my father had. And so she did get support from my grandmother, but my mother had to pay her for that support. It wasn't given freely. And I guess my grandfather and my grandmother didn't like my mother, because they would say things about me to her, which I'll probably say in another video, because obviously I'm running out of time. I'm 10 minutes talking now. And, but that's it. My mother and my father, their marriage wasn't a bed of roses. My mother said my father was violent. My mother said my father cheated on her. And whenever I asked my mom about going out, she just said she was in the prime of her life. So my father went out and my mother went out, and my mother did what she told my father she was going to do, that she went to beauty school, and then she divorced him. So I think that concludes this video, because I've talked about what I wanted to talk about. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. and I will be making another video for you very soon talking about my many experiences that I have survived up until this point. Thank you very much for watching and listening to me.